Hey everybody, it's Angie from Trips with Angie. In this video, I'm going to share my experience staying in the retreat on the Celebrity Ascent, including a cabin tour of a sky suite. But first, hopefully you've seen my full ship tour that I posted. If you're a subscriber, it should have popped up right into your feed. And if you're not a subscriber, I invite you to subscribe. I share cruise ship tours, travel tips, all-inclusive resort tours, and I'd love to bring you along. So we're going to start this video with the amenities you get for being a person staying in the retreat. Your retreat experience begins in the Fort Lauderdale terminal, where you're escorted to a lounge with pastries and snacks, as well as a number of non-alcoholic beverages of your choice. You also have a separate security line, so it is seamless entering the ship. Heading up to deck 17, we'll head first to the Retreat Sundeck. I love this area. I think they did such a tremendous job with it. This area is completely exclusive to retreat guests. I love how they set it up where it's two chairs together and then plenty of space around, but they do have these smaller areas with more chairs if you were in a group that wanted to sit together. This was a great option for people who don't like a chaise lounger. We found the chairs to be very comfortable. They had large padding, so that made it really nice. They have great pillows. There isn't a ton of shade. I wish there were a few more umbrellas around, but the one challenge with the umbrellas is if it's windy, they can't open them. So that's kind of a bummer. They do have a very small pool. It does get filled up, but they have those fun swings where you can kind of still have your feet in the water. We're all the way at the front of the ship here. So you can imagine that on most days while we're sailing, those umbrellas are not going to be able open. One great thing they do is they walk around with different things. So like a fruit skewer, a cool towel, some sorbet. You can also order off the snack menu right to your chair. The hamburger was good. They had a turkey wrap. They have a Caesar salad, and that comes right to your seat. Now, the day beds you can see there, those are all first come, first serve. The seats right in front next to the windows do go quickly. A lot of people do come up early. You can sit here at the bar and also order off the snack menu if you'd like. And heading around the corner, we're going to see some of the whirlpools. So in addition to the small pool you saw there, up here on the corners overlooking the solarium, they have whirlpools on each side. Now, they weren't super hot, which was nice because we were on a warm weather sailing. They offer great amenities. So they have your sunscreen, your after sun lotion, your regular lotion. That is terrific. So you don't have to bring those with you. They were very good quality. We were very happy with them. The only thing to keep in mind is they weren't waterproof. So you would have to keep reapplying. And then here is that whirlpool I was telling you about. This dome structure is the solarium. So hopefully you watched the Celebrity Reflection ship tour. That is the indoor adults only pool. And then you can see back to the aft of the ship. Heading downstairs, we'll check out the rest of the sun deck. So this is a little bit further. So this is a little less busy. People kind of don't know about it down here. I'm not sure what the service was like down here. Up on the upper deck, we had a waiter come by probably about once an hour, once every 45 minutes. Otherwise, it was very easy to walk to the bar. You can see the chairs are a little bit closer down here. I kind of thought of it as like the overflow seating. Right behind it are the entrances to the Edge Villas. This is one of the higher end suites available on the Ascent. It is like you have your own little apartment. Like they set it up like you have a little patio as you enter, and then of course you have a balcony on the back. So to open the door, hit that green button. Now we are down on 16 forward. This is where Luminae is located. This is the exclusive restaurant to the retreat guests. It offers breakfast and dinner every day, and then lunch on sea days. We thought the dining experience delivered on the promise of an elevated experience. It does feel like a specialty restaurant. The service is phenomenal. They do a terrific job, very attentive. People remember you. They just really do a great job. We love that you could get big salads for lunch, or at least bigger than a side salad. They had a fish entree every day. It was absolutely perfectly cooked. For dinner, they really tried to elevate it. So like this is a mozzarella with tomato pearls. They had a beautiful soup. This was creamy and velvety. They did a terrific job. I also loved the beef. It was perfectly cooked and perfectly seasoned, very similar to what you would get in a steakhouse. Same with the trout here. That was crispy skin. heading down the stairs from Luminae will come to the retreat lounge. So if you're keeping track, we had the Sundeck on 17, Luminae on 16, and then the retreat lounge here on 15. Now I think they missed the mark a little bit here in the retreat lounge, especially coming from the Celebrity Reflection. To the left, as you enter, you'll find a small buffet. So this was available almost all day. This was the tea time with small sandwiches, sweet treats, donuts, and scones. The desks over there are for the concierge team. You do not need to go to guest service for anything. The concierge team will take care of you. They were phenomenal. We loved working with them. They're definitely a perk of being within the retreat. The furniture is very comfortable. Now, this is where I think the lounge misses the mark, and that's the bar. On the Reflection in the Michael's Club, it's a big, beautiful bar with seats all around. We loved hanging out there in the evening. We really missed that. Now, let me show you around the cabin. This is cabin 9152. Right when you come in the room, you're gonna find your closet. Now, I didn't think this was a huge closet, especially if you're going on the longer sailing, 7 nights, 10 nights. Half the closet you can hang floor length items. The other half, it is split up into 2 rods. You do get slippers as well as very nice bathrobes. Next to the closet is another closet. Now this one has shelves. So if you bring those packing cubes, that would be a great way to organize this area. You do get a bag and an umbrella for use during the cruise. This you can keep. And then you do get a pair of binoculars, the safe, and then some more drawers. So I would think about packing in a way that you could have more things folded than hanging up. Here's the bathroom. Always be careful to step up. Now, I love the way that they designed this. I am not a big fan of the Sky Suites on some of the other classes, but I think they did a terrific job here. My 6'4" husband had no problems in the shower, and they made the bathtub bigger or wider, so you have a bit more space. The shampoo, conditioner, and body gels are included. I liked these products better than the ones they had on the Reflection. Hopefully you saw those videos I did on the retreat on the Reflection. They just came out in the past couple weeks. Now here you have a handheld shower head as well as the overhead, and then these weird jets that don't really do anything. They're kind of a waste because they're not very strong. You do have a handlebar and a small kind of hook within the shower. Here's the toilet. Everybody likes to see that. And then you do have plenty of storage in here. So you have a set of 3 shelves here, a nice little vanity with a makeup mirror. You have 2 sinks, I mean basically 2 faucets and a shared sink, more shelves. And then if you're looking for the hairdryer, it's gonna be right here. No, it's not. Where is the hairdryer? It's gonna be right here. Tricky. All right, hairdryer's right here if you're looking for that. Now this bathroom has a little quirk, and that is that you can see into the main cabin. This actually is great if you're a person who really wants natural light to do your makeup, or you just want to have more natural light in the bathroom, especially if you were at sea. All right, so I'm going to close that back up, and we're going to head into the main cabin area. So coming out here, you have your thermostat, and then I'm going to show you actually other ways to control this. You control the lights here as well as the blinds, but you don't just need to use this, and I'll show you why here in a second. So coming into the cabin, you have this desk and chair. Now this can push back in, you can see here. So if you wanted to have this as a full-length mirror or just have a little more space in this area, this would push in, but it does make a nice desk otherwise. You have a large screen TV. It does swivel towards the bed. So if you wanted to have that option, that's available. And you have your plugs. Now there's one plug next to the bed, and I'll show you that. You do get bottled water daily and ice, obviously. And then I'm kind of annoyed with this area. So I appreciate the need for decor, but it just takes up a lot of valuable counter space. So we definitely had to like put a lot of our stuff in the decorative bowl. You have 3 more drawers, and then you do have a mini fridge. It can be a mini bar for charge, but we had them empty it and put our own things in there that we got at the bar using our premium package. Now to the bed. The bed faces the window, which I think is awesome, but on one side of the bed, you do not have a plug, any plugs at all, but you do have a nice little shelf system. Now on this side over here, You can see you have a much larger nightstand. You do have a plug, so we did run an extension cord along the back for my husband's CPAP machine and 2 USB chargers, and then just a lot more space. These magnetic hooks are ours because we always need a little more hanging space, and then a comfortable chaise / sofa and coffee table. Now I want to show you what I was talking about the other way you can control your lights. So within the Celebrity app, you're going to see a little circle that says stateroom, and then up comes all of your options. Now, if you want to, you can close the blinds, and there you go. The blinds will close automatically. And then you can play with some of the light settings. So you can see here, you can go to 50%, which dims the lights. You can go to full on, which makes it a little bit brighter. And then they have all these different moods. This is the movie, so it took down all of the lights except for the bedside lights. So lots of different fun things there. And then if you hit morning, it'll come and wake you up. And then we'll open those blinds back up. And there you go. So it's kind of fun. This is only on Edge class ships. If you're on another category of ship, it doesn't have this capacity. And then out here on the balcony, remember you have 2 locks here, an upper and a lower. You can head out on your balcony. Now it's pretty private. Like if you look up, no one can see down in. And then if you look to the sides, you can see the magic carpet there. Not much going on. But the one thing, here, let me get back inside so you can hear me better. The one thing I'm kind of bummed about is this clearly has enough space for another piece of furniture. So I think, you know, maybe if they had like one of those round chaise loungers or something like that here, I think it would really elevate the balcony. But that is the Sky Suite. What do you think? Is this something you'd like to book? I'd love to book it for you. Email Angie at tripswithangie.com to see what my current YouTube subscriber incentives are, and let me know if you've stayed here. What did you think? What were your tips? What were your favorite perks? All right, bye.